Second time's the charm, as they say. They don't. It's third time. Hi. Welcome to Warning Vulnerability Ahead. I'm your host, Pending. This is my dog. This is my dog. He's very cute. His name is Stanley. And his birthday's in 2 months. So, wish him a happy early birthday. If you don't, you're a horrible person. Okay, so I've been really stressed recently, like really recently, like yesterday and today. I got diagnosed with a double ear infection on Saturday. Today's Valentine's Day, so to all that celebrate, happy Valentine's Day, or belated when this comes up. It does not matter. Okay. Yeah, it's Valentine's Day. And today did not go great for me. So yeah, as I was saying, I got diagnosed with a double ear infection on Saturday. So, then it wasn't really painful, which is weird because they're like, how did this not hurt? You have an ear infection in both ears. Like, I don't know. I'm trying to record a video, little boy. Would you like to say hi? Thank you. Okay. I love my life. No, I don't. So I got diagnosed with a double ear infection. I'm on amoxicillin. Don't know what that was for 10 days. It is the 5th day. So exciting. I'm doing a lot better. I also am pretty sure I had influenza, and that led to the double ear infection. So I missed school for 11 days. A whole week consecutively last week. 11 days in total. Oh my God. I know my brain works. Just doesn't seem to always work the greatest. So yeah. That's been fun. When I first had it, I couldn't hear out of one ear or both. And then I'd get occasional bouts of tinnitus, which is ringing. And that's mostly subsided. Now though, like when I sing certain tones or no, I don't know, whatever. Sometimes when I sing, like this ear will like pop. And then I'm like, am I singing this correctly? So that's stressful. Especially when I can't trust myself because I have trust issues. If you want to know why, I mean, refer to previous episodes or don't look into my family history. Yeah, it's a parental thing. Parents, not great. So yeah, I'm so glad to be back. I was also so stressed to make this video. Last time I saw you guys was 2 months ago. Maybe 3. I'm not sure. So that's fun. And also last time you saw me, I was really depressed, which is also fun. My life is just a whirlwind, isn't it? Don't mind me muting my TV. In front of me is no light because apparently I just realized the significance of light in a video. So it's my TV. And that's Taylor Swift. It's February. And that's a vent. I don't know if it's... Oh, it's a cold air return. I think. Because he comes from down... I don't know. And that's my door. Yeah, it's not my wall, if you can believe it. I don't know where I was going with this. Yeah, so... Life has not been going great. Even worse is I may again have a thing for a person with a 4-letter name, and that shit's stressful. That's not why I'm stressed. I'm stressed because I miss so much school, and now it feels like the weight of my assignments are crushing me constantly. So that's fun. But yeah, what the heck is... Oh, okay. Somebody's getting their driveway shoveled by a vehicular shovel. I don't know what they're called. So, if you can hear that, which I doubt you can't, because I can. So, that's fun. Yeah, so Levi is, like, strange, as we know. Please don't lay on the cord. Levi is strange. I just moved my phone. Okay. Yeah, I love you too. You're on my cord. This is fun. Okay. Thanks. Let's pretend that didn't happen. And if it happens again, we're gonna again pretend that didn't happen. Levi's strange. As we know from the previous video in this series, Stanley, leave it alone. Please. As we know from the previous video in the series, where, you know, he compared being gay to bestiality, and I was not phased enough in that video. I was, I think, phased enough in the conversation, just not totally enough, because I feel like if I was, I probably would have walked away. Or ran, to be more honest. Yeah, I don't know. Red flag? Maybe. He's weird, and I'm weird, and so I kind of just, like, discount that as, like, well, who knows what was really going on? And even still I do that. Which... because it doesn't... it's not that it doesn't feel real. It doesn't feel like him. And there's... what the heck? Okay. It doesn't feel like him. And so I guess I kind of just, like, brush it off. Like, yeah, that happened, but, like, it doesn't matter that much. Do not lay on my cord again. He's camera shy. I say, yet he's literally basically in front of the camera. Can we, like, back up? Stanley? Excuse me? Thank you. Okay. Lay down. Lay down. Lay down, please. I try, but children are hard. Levi's weird. As we know. And earlier this week, Well, actually, I think it was Wednesday or like sometime. Um, I was beginning to think, what if this, excuse me, what if this, Levi that is shown, the outside of him, isn't what he actually is? Like, there has to be a point where you try to fit in and conform so much that you end up losing yourself. And I think that's what he did. But that could also just be me just trying to want something to work. I don't know if I choose him because it's easier than finding a different person, if I do actually care, if I don't trust that anyone could love me out of their own volition. Or if there is actually something and I've been right, but nothing happens. It stays stagnant, which I don't love stagnancy. The biggest thing that I want for us is to just talk. I just want to talk through what has happened, what I did in 7th grade, and figure out where we actually stand instead of sending emails that, 1, are too long, and 2, in his case, short, sweet, a little indoctrinating, and that don't feel real. The email he sent me, from an outside perspective, it might look like closure. To me, it looks like he saw a door closing and was like, hey, I'm gonna open that a nudge. Because also what's so crazy is that was 2 days, no, like a day into when I actually had closure and had actually gotten over him. Then he sent it, I didn't know, and the next day I was trying to do my article of the week for English, and see that I got an email from him, and I'm like, am I hallucinating? What's going on? I was not hallucinating. And if I am, it's been a very long hallucination. Can we get out of here, please? But like, it doesn't feel like closure. And I think why it was sent is because my closure that I was manufacturing was not real. At that point, I had not taken responsibility for what I had done to him. And I don't know how to, because I don't know if what I did affected him that much, or if he's fine, or if that we were both just doing things. Because I didn't know why I was doing those things at the time, that I know of currently. I know why now, but when I say it, it sounds like a cop-out. Like, I was going through a really shitty friendship. I was... the shitty friendship, shitty parents, still going through that, except there's only one now. And everything that goes along with that, the toxicity that was imbued within me, I didn't know why it was there. And I took it out on a person who seemed like he really cared. And then he started to, you know, he started to, I don't know, like, fight with me, I guess. It wasn't fighting. I don't know what to say. We both were our own demise. Or we both were our demise. And there's so much I don't know, because every time that I talk to him, I have more questions, and that's not very helpful for a person that doesn't talk to me much. And then for a person that doesn't talk to him much, because I'm awkward. And I have crippling anxiety. So confused. So incredibly confused. And I just want closure. I don't want it to be manufactured. I want it to be real. And then what happens if I don't get it? Eventually, yeah, I probably get over him. But I doubt that wound heals quickly. The last time we had a conversation was that fateful day, the 20th of November, which the previous video was about, I think. Yeah. I think. And, that just left me with more questions, because even then, like, it felt more real than the email, but it didn't feel, I don't know, like, thank you, Tinnitus, for popping up. We all wanted you to be here. We just really like awkward silences today, don't we? It's confusing, is what it is. It's so confusing. I just want to have a conversation with him where we can actually talk and he feels heard. And if it ends up going the same way as the last one, then I guess I have to accept that. I'm not very good at accepting that, though, as we've talked about. And, I always think that I've always thought for, like, the entire time I've liked him, that when things are over, they will feel over. Now, does that mean I get full closure? Probably not. But I know when things are over. And I've always thought that I will know when things are over. That email did not feel like things were over. The talk did not feel like things were over. Instead, it kind of just felt like he was kind of shit-talking me, I guess. But he also said, in relation to me being gay and being called the F slur twice this year, it was fun. Did not enjoy. Would not recommend. 1 star. In relation to that, he's like, they just don't understand you like I do. What does that mean? And he's just strange. It's weird. He's strange. It's confusing. I'm stressed. Now that we've got that out of the way, have we ever thought about our fleeting existences? I have a lot. Now, in relation to the Levi thing, follow the Bible, yada, 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 go to heaven, live your life. I guess we have, I'm pretty sure, multiple depictions of heaven. But, like, how do we know that it wasn't just, like, one painting that was, like, shared? Like, they let them copy. They just changed a few things so the teacher wouldn't notice. I just don't believe in heaven. And I hope hell exists because there are few people that need to be down there. Not that, like, some eternal paradise doesn't exist, but also, I don't know how to think of that in relation to here. Because on this earth, we have a balance of good and bad. Now, I guess that the balance is different, but it's still balanced between the two realms of the afterlife, hell, heaven. And, you have bad in hell and you have good in heaven. But I don't know. Also, to live your life and not enjoy it for something that you don't even know if it exists, that's a little crazy, I think. I don't know. I'm not super religious. I just think it's stupid that, some people have things that they want to do. Like, I guarantee you there's been at least one Christian that's wanted to explore their sexuality, but they haven't because they're like, well, what if I don't get into heaven and I burn forever? How do we know that's going to happen? I don't know. If anybody's, like, knows stuff and they want to tell me, that'd be great. As long as we're not, like, yelling at me. I don't like that. No, I have enough of that going on at home. Yeah. Yeah. Fleeting existence. It was fun. I turned 16. Wasn't shit. Yeah, I'm 16 now, so that's exciting. Yeah. Yeah. Do I know how to do a number? That looks weird. Yeah, so I'm 16. So excited. I was gonna make a point with this. I have no clue what that point was supposed to be. Oh, yeah. I'm only 16 and I'm already thinking about death. I mean, I've been thinking about it for multiple years. But, like, I'm supposed to be having the time of my life, and instead I'm worrying about literally everything at every moment of my existence, and I'm questioning my existence, and I'm questioning when, if, and how I'm going to die. Now, I could be crazy, but that doesn't sound fun, now does it? I get questioning existence, but, like, dying? Really? Can we get out of the existentialism? Please. Like, you're not gonna die tomorrow. You should live like you're going to. That doesn't mean you're going to. Not every day is, promised, guaranteed. But also, in some ways, it is, especially when you're really young. Like, in theory, you don't die when you're 5. And then also, I don't know, like, how different it is for me versus other people. Because, I don't know, I'm just some kid in his bedroom recording videos with an obnoxious dog. He's sleeping. He's so cute. Though he is obnoxious. He's also, really emotionally intelligent, which is nice. Still obnoxious. What was I just saying? Again, stressed. Oh, yeah, I'm just some random kid in his bedroom recording videos. And for 16 years, I've lived in this body. I've lived in this body. Lived in this mind. Breathed through these orifices. Saw through these 2 eyes. Felt with these 2 hands. And there has to be a reason I'm here. I don't know what that reason is. I'm 16. I shouldn't have to know that reason. I do. I do need to know that reason. But I shouldn't have to. And existentialism to me, it's so easy for me to fall into because I don't know why I'm here. That I know of, did not ask to be here. The world is in fucking shambles. And so am I. And that's stressful. I'm stressed. For the 3rd time in the video. I've been feeling like I can't be pending because I'm not perfect, even though pending is not supposed to be perfect. It's literally in the name. Pending for a reason. He didn't know what he was doing. He was recording one cover on his phone. Well, no, that's not true. I think it was like the 2nd or 3rd, where he became pending. Me. But there's something about this that makes me want to keep up a facade that has never existed. I'm not perfect. I never have been, and I never will be. Nobody ever will be. Perfection is something to strive for, not to be. It's just the truth. You can't be perfect. You never will be perfect. Which sucks a little, I guess. But eventually you figure out that perfection is not all that it's, talked up to be. And also, let's get back to existentialism. Well, kind of close to existentialism. I'm scared that if I do something wrong, my world will fall apart. Failure to me is like death. It's not supposed to be. No, at one point this year, last year, 24, I was so scared to fail that I wasn't trying. Now, I was still trying because autopilot, duh. But if I was scared I was going to fail, I'd just shut down. And then you fail in the biggest way possible by not trying. That's like the only way you can fail, by not trying. Or if it's a standardized test, then I hope you do well. And for the longest time, I've held the belief, and I still do, I've held the belief that I can't do anything wrong or break off of my road of life because everything that happens is predetermined or will somehow fit correctly into the puzzle. And I still think that, but sometimes you lose sight of that. It's very easy to, especially when you're not reminding yourself that all the time, and failure seems so easy to just throw on yourself. And that's not fun. Failure should never be like death to you. And the world is scary. Life is scary. Existence is hard. Living is hard. And so many things. Now we get political because if people are going to hate me, they should have reasons. One, we have president's boy toy, Elon Musk, saluting Hitler at the inauguration, which is fun. And now you can say he didn't do it. Okay, I guess I won't fight you on it. No, I will actually. So, one, he did it twice. Two, I'm sort of on the spectrum. I have ADHD and probably a tinge of autism. And, the excuse, he's autistic, has been used, and he doesn't understand social cues. Bitch, I'm not saluting Hitler. I know how to. That wasn't important. I'm not going to. Hitler was a very bad man. Also, I think it says a lot about our world that neo-Nazis exist. We also have Holocaust deniers, which is fun. My heart goes out to you. Different gesture. Two, did we see the same thing? Like, he put his entire heart and soul into that. He does not love people that much. If you can read people, which I would say I can fairly well, bitch, no, he hates people. No, he did that with, like, all of the anger in his soul. And then he was happy about it. Ew. The fuck. Yeah, and so, my entire identity is basically political because, one, I look like this. Two, I'm gay. I fear that says a lot. One moment. And so, like, I'm actually very, very scared for this administration because if you put people in power that don't like gay people, people that don't like gay people are going to be empowered to not like gay people, but harsher, like metal baseball bats. Which did happen at a high school in like 2017. They like beat up a kid into a fence. They were in, I think, in his grade or something. It was a while ago. Homophobia still exists. Transphobia is on the rise. Like, shit's not all fine and dandy. Oh, the Gulf of Mexico's the Gulf of America. Cacaw. What the fuck? Oh, good news. We have our first felon president. He got granted immunity for 34 counts. Instead of voting for our first black woman, mixed woman, actually. Yeah. Now I feel like I've said a slur. So that's exciting. Kanye's still being anti-Semitic. What's changed? Stressed. Stressed is what I am. Yeah, so as I was saying, my entire identity is political. You know. Now, I understand that I do have certain privileges that other people of the LGBTQ plus community do not have. You know, some of them are, you know, different races, different genders, and I'm a cis homo man. I almost said cishet, which I am not. Don't make that mistake. And I don't think he is either. So. And, you know, if Trump wants to come after me, slay. If he wants to come after my dog, I'm gonna throw hands. Also, what I've heard from a therapist, is he has tried to shut down her place of work twice, because they're trying to, like, remove Medicaid and Medicare, benefits, and, therapists from being able to use those. So a lot of her clientele would have to figure something out then, and they probably wouldn't be able to. So that's not stressful at all. Also, there are now only 2 genders, man or woman. I'm so glad to be free. What the fuck? This is fun. I enjoy this. This is great. I love this. Yeah, it's fun. Oh, they also want to take away free school lunches for children. Now tell me why the fuck you'd want to do that. Okay, saving money. There are other ways to save money. Free school lunches to kids is not that big of a problem. And if you think it is, you need help. See a psychologist. See a therapist. Please. Ugh. I hate this administration. I hate this administration. Yeah, so, fun. Fun for the whole family. I hate this. Oh. So yeah, that's fun. And, to add on top of those stressors and school stressors, I have a new friend. Her name is Allison. She's great. I love her. We got re-engaged on Tuesday because we got engaged and we both forgot when it was. So, this is a fake engagement. It's a lavender engagement, okay? So, hit me up. And I'm having a bit of problems with that. And they're like self-constructed problems, I'm pretty sure. And I need to talk to her about it. But I don't know how to go about it. So basically I just have to try and hope it doesn't fail and that, we stay friends, because if we don't, I don't know what I'm gonna do. She's like the main person I talk to currently. So I hope all goes well. Stop scratching at my door. He got an attitude. Empathy. Why is it so hard? A lot of the guys, especially in my grade, lack empathy and don't know how to understand that, hey, it might not hurt me, but it could hurt other people. But I'm not those people, so I don't fucking care. The fuck? How are you okay with people being hurt? Racism shouldn't exist. Sexism shouldn't exist. Homophobia shouldn't exist. I have a bias on that. Transphobia shouldn't exist. Also have a bias. Not trans, but I have trans friends. Why are we so okay with kicking people while they're down? They already have to deal with systemic issues, and then you're going to continue that systemic issue by throwing it onto them by you. You see someone getting stoned in the town square, and you're like, ooh, a pile of stones. I'm going to grab one and throw one too. Fitting in, the need to fit in is a huge thing. But hating people to fit in is bullshit. Now I understand these are systemic issues. They're also generational. It gets passed down from your grandma to your mom to you. Or grandpa, dad, you. And it goes way farther than that. It starts from the dawn of time. There was one racist. And then they all gathered around him. Let's be honest, it was probably a white man. and said, yes, you are correct. And then, with homophobia, transphobia, sexism, misogyny. Personally, myself, I'm a misandrist. And I'm okay with that. Because it's not a real thing. Like, 1, where did it start? 2, why did it start? 3, why is it still going on to this day? Dramatic much? It is on you to work on those issues. Go to therapy. Talk about it. Even I know I'm not perfect. I try to respect people, call them by whatever they want, and sometimes there are slip-ups. Slip-ups are okay as long as you're not trying to be fucking mean. Racism, sexism, homophobia, all of that. Yes, it is passed down. But if it's passed down, it's up to you to fix that. Should it be? No. Your ancestors should have fixed that. They didn't. It's on you now. Go to therapy. Talk about these things. Please. Especially if you're a white cishet man. Therapy is so accessible to you. So, please do that. Go to therapy. It'll be good for you. And, just do talk therapy. Talk through why you're a racist. Because that's on you. Especially if you are doing things to either continue to hate or uphold the hate. Fuck that shit. Stop it. Get help. Ugh. People. Also, people are fascinating. Humans are fascinating. Why do we think like this? Why is so much of the population lacking empathy? Same with emotional intelligence. Like, I guess I never realized how hard it is to say, I don't know, in relation to a question or an argument. Like, if you don't know, say you don't know. Now, if you have a clue, maybe be like, so I don't know fully, but I think I have a bit of it. Boom. You see how I just said that? Not hard at all. If you do not know, you say, I do not know. Google is free. For now. I love life. The weird thing is I do actually, I don't hate being alive, sometimes I question why I exist or if I want to continue to exist. Though, not unaliving myself. But just existing. just like a painless gone. A painless leave. No, I guess I'd miss my friends, but like, I don't know what goes into that? Where do we when we die, do we know that we're losing our friends? That we're never gonna see them again? Now, maybe before we die, like right before. What about after? Or if I just like poof. Like, I'd be so okay with just poof. Now, of course, I'd miss my friends. I'd miss Levi, but like, those are worldly things. And wherever the afterlife is, heaven, hell, something else, I don't know. I didn't know these people before. I know them now. And who's to say it's any different? The world is confusing. Philosophy is also philosophy? Philosophy. Because, like, multiple people have different ideas. And then you kind of just go with whatever one you think is true. And science sometimes has stuff to do with that. But I don't know. Also, I have to get better at knowing that what I'm going to say is eventually going to be wrong. And that's okay. Because as long as I try my hardest to not be wrong, then I still tried. And that was a big part of me not making pending videos, because my whole thing is like talking. And I'm scared that I'm gonna slip up or say something wrong, because saying I don't know is hard. And sometimes you don't need to say I don't know, because you have a clue. And you know, you say I don't know, or I have a clue, and like, in relation to that. But also, I feel like it should be established that not everybody knows everything at a point. That's why a comment section exists. Also, for some people to just be hateful. Like, point out if they're wrong, but do it in a nice way. It should not be that hard to be nice. Be kind. Be respectful. Not hate people. For no reason. I have good reasons to hate the people I hate. But, yeah. So, do we have anything else on the docket? I'm not sure. Hopefully we will get back into covers, because I uploaded Sugar, but I recorded that 2 years ago. I think it was 2 years ago. Yeah, 2 years ago. Over there. It was over there. Yeah, past the TV and by the window. Yeah. He was in that video. He was... If that was 2 years ago, he was 1. Wait. No, that couldn't have been 2 years ago. Wait, no. Could it? I think it was 2 years ago from 25, but I don't think it's been a full 2 years because I'm pretty sure that was July. I think it was 7/6/23. I think. I'm not sure. I don't know. Could I check? Yeah. Sort of. Kind of. But that's annoying. So. Yeah, it's hard. It's hard being human. I'm stressed. Don't mind me. Just thinking. I also wish I was better at making mistakes or more accepting of making mistakes. Because, like, the biggest mistake right now that I want to make is talking to Levi. I can't because I'm scared of what other people will think. And that's, like, the biggest thing holding me back. But, like, honestly, why? I've been made fun of before. I got called the F slur this year. I fear that there's not much worse than that. Maybe I do it. Will I look really stupid? Probably. I mean, he said such quotes as, "We can't do anything, I'm Christian." That's paraphrasing, always has been. And, comparing being gay to bestiality. Fun. Now you ask, why do I like this man? It was a mutual manic phase. Because he was nice to me, and I tend to fall for guys who are nice to me. Because I have low standards from a history of trauma. And, men not respecting me or caring about me at all. So, it's, like, really easy for me to fall for a guy. But there's just something about him that's so magnetic. Like, when I first met him, I remember saying sometime in passing to myself, or thinking, it feels like we've met before. It feels like we knew each other in a past life. There's something there. Now, what is that? Maybe a mutual manic phase. But I don't know. And I hate not knowing. So, should I talk to him? Yes. We only have one class together, though, which makes shit real awkward. And I don't really like his friends. And if you're watching, well, you most likely know why. His friend also said, basically his group of friends, there was a friend that said it, and then the group agreed that gay people should not be allowed to use the locker rooms at school, which, preach. Yeah, so if I didn't have to use the locker room, I wouldn't. No, I hate that locker room. I barely ever felt safe in there, barely ever felt comfortable. And that was probably your point. Wow, that's crazy how that works. But like, I still need a place to change. I'm not looking at any of you. I'm staring at the ground, anxious as hell, because I'm scared that somebody's gonna think I'm looking at them when I'm not. I'm just getting dressed. And I'm scared that someone's gonna comment on my body because I'm not super duper confident of my body, at least with people. I don't want to be in there either. I just want to get dressed and get my credits for gym. And then get out. It's not some sort of a sick fantasy concocted in my mind of me being in the locker room as a voyeur. No. I'm staring into my locker or at the ground while I'm getting dressed. It's not fun. I don't enjoy it. So, why do I like him, you ask? Well, he's just like amazing. He's not the worst. And there are good things about him, but honestly, I don't even know if I can feel empowered to say them because he has ran his name through the mud for me. So, I don't really know, I guess. I just do. He was nice to me. He's a man. He's a little feminine. Probably more than he'd like to admit. He seems gay. And if he's not, I'm not gonna say that, no, you're gay. You're not straight. You're wrong. You're gay. I'm not gonna do that. It's not my place to do that. I will accept him for whoever he is. I see no reason not to. Would I be sad and probably mourn that there could never be an us for at least a good chunk of time? Yeah. But the person matters more. And as much as the person matters more, I'm full of myself. So, it's just really confusing. And also, I've been wondering recently if... I might have already talked about this. Sort of. If what I'm trying to pursue has a toxic pipe burst under it. Because if I think I hurt him this much, why do I still try? Well, actually, that's not true. I know the reason why. Since everything fell apart with him, and then would have been 8th grade, I'm like, I just think that if we get together, we could figure it all out. Maybe that's still what I'm trying to do. Is it some sick fantasy to want to be in love romantically with a person that you hurt? Yes. But the thing is I don't know how much I actually hurt him. And I don't know how much of that hurt. One moment. How much of that hurt actually came from me instead of trauma and insecurities. And yeah, those are parts of me, but they are not me. I didn't put them there. I didn't imbue them within me. So I don't know. I don't know. That's basically the basis of this entire video. I don't know. And I don't like that. I don't like not knowing. You know, Levi, if you're watching, which I doubt, but you could be, I do care about you. I always have. I always will. I want the best for you. And I understand if what's best for you is not me, or what's best for you isn't best for me. And that hurts. It hurts to acknowledge that we could be in a place where I can't be the one for you because I've hurt you too much. I'd understand that. It hurts. Of course it does. Because I didn't try to hurt you. But that doesn't negate the fact that I did. I still hurt you. Didn't mean to. Still did. Funny how that works. And so, it would suck to mourn the loss of the concept of what could have been, as it will never be in that case. But eventually I'd find my footing, and I'd be okay. Without closure, I can't do that. Or without closure, that doesn't feel like closure. Am I right about you? Have you lost yourself within a group and you are fragmented? Or are you whole and the person that I saw back then, see occasionally, existed, but doesn't no more, isn't the real you, was a facade? Or is this a facade and that is the real you? And that's what I come to. Because as stupid as it sounds, I saw you talk to the math teacher talking about redoing your test. And your tone of voice shifted. It changed when you weren't around them. I don't know if you're being you. And I don't have a right to say if you are or not. You are technically the only one that can. So, even if I say that the email didn't feel like closure, if you say it did, that's the truth, I guess. It has to be. Because it's what you said, and you wrote the email, so there's a good chance you know. And I'm scared of losing this thing that I haven't had in the longest time. And I don't know how to feel about it because I talked to the counselor about it. And he said, you end up hurting things that you don't want to when you are hurt. So it was just gonna happen to you. I think the thing is, though, is you knew that was going to happen. But I don't know, because you don't talk, and I don't ask these questions, and you don't give me answers. Just breadcrumbs. I don't want to talk about it. I care about you. Always have. Always will. Now you could also say, audience, that I should not destroy myself for a man to fit into his perspective of a person. So I'm not doing that. I'm just naturally a self-destroyer. Yeah. But if I'm self-destroying, why don't I also try to fix him in the meantime? Because, if you try to fix somebody, you're going to destroy yourself. But I'm already destroying myself, so why don't I also try to fix him? Maybe it'll balance out. No, I know I can't fix him. And even saying that I could fix him puts into connotation that he's a broken person. He's not. That I know of. Maybe he thinks he is. I don't see that. I see a person too afraid to tell the world who he is. And I understand why. Shouldn't be like that. But it could be. I also see a person that could be afraid of losing his friends. If he came out. Or, maybe he is gay. Maybe he's never liked me. And I'm just reading everything wrong. Which I doubt. Because again, I can read people pretty well. But in the off chance that I'm wrong, and, he is gay, like somebody else, I would also be happy for you. I want you to be happy. I thrive off of other people's happiness that I care about. Because some people are just, happy. And, I'm not mad for them being happy, but, I don't thrive off of it. I just exist. And sometimes you gotta zoom out of the picture and be like, well, they're doing something that isn't, totally normal, and they're really, trying. They're being out there. And sometimes you gotta appreciate that. They're being a little weird, but they're having fun. Are they bothering anyone? If so, maybe we look at that. If you're not hurting people, you're doing good. Don't hurt people. It's bad. Unless they're also hurting people, then you can hurt them. Yeah. And he could be bi. He could be straight. He could be trans. He could be a myriad of things. Because he's a person. And people have just this huge library of things they can be. And that's beautiful. They're not just one thing. They're a myriad of things. He's a myriad of things. And maybe I see a person who's scared of losing his friends. My question is, though, is if you lose them because you're being yourself, were they ever your friends? And I understand what it's like to feel like you're going to lose your friends, or that they're not going to accept you. I have worse things that, are related to trauma, and I will not get into that. But it's scary to think that you could not be accepted. Or that you fear you're going to lose a friend because you say something. Like, you point out that their boyfriend's a piece of shit. And then they're like, well, you don't know him like I do. And, he's actually a really wonderful person. And he's not toxic for me at all. And he is. And then they stop being friends with you. It's hard to change somebody's mind. Very hard. If you're in a toxic relationship, one person saying to you that they do not understand why you are with them isn't helpful. You can disapprove, but you have to do it nicely if you want to. You kind of have to manipulate them, honestly. But it's good manipulation because you're trying to help them. To get into their mind, and eventually they'll be like, wait, is this right for me? I've had people come up to me and be like, hey, I respect your decisions. It's up to you. I don't know how good this person is for you. And I know you've been through a lot. You have some stuff that would lead you into these cycles. And, and hopefully eventually they see the light at the end of the tunnel and run. But sometimes they don't. And that's up to them. That doesn't make them a bad person. Addiction is hard to break. Toxicity is hard to break. Like, you're not going to go up to an alcoholic and be like, alcohol is bad for you. You should quit. Really mean and disapprovingly. And they'll be like, you know what? I hear you totally. I'm going to quit right now. That's not going to work. Unless they have already come to that decision themselves. If you want them to come to that decision naturally, a little more quickly, you do the first example. You say, hey, you might have some people have problems with addiction in their family. in, people with ADHD are more likely to get addicted because they crave more dopamine constantly. And depressed people, fall into nicotine because it elevates your mood and then it just crashes it until you do it again. And be like, so there's probably a mental thing. That's not a you thing. It's a mental thing. That doesn't mean you need to get help for it. But it's a mental thing, not a you thing. It's not a problem against you. It's a problem against your mental health. You gotta take care of it though. So, or just be like, so there are studies that alcohol is bad for your liver, yada, 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 yada. Or take the approach of, I really care about you. I want you to be happy. I want you to live your life to the fullest extent that you possibly can because I care so much about you. And I don't think this is good for you. And sometimes you gotta put him into rehab. The chances that works, though, very minimal. It usually takes people I think it's 3 or 4 times you have to go to rehab before fully sets in. And so you gotta be caring about it. Don't be an asshole about it. I totally lost. I'm so off topic. I mean, close, but off. So, Levi, back to you. If you're scared to lose your friends, I understand where you're coming from. And I would never pressure you or anybody to come out. Because that's just fucking mean. And not even mean, humiliating, anxiety-inducing. You're gonna be stressed for the rest of your life. Probably never gonna trust anybody again. Don't do that. There are severe side effects to that. There's I can't think of it. If on the off chance you're scared that I don't care as much as you do, because I've also got that. I do. Pretty sure, I'm kind of crazy about you. This entire channel basically started based on you. Not because of you, but most of these covers have related to you in some way or other. You have a whole 3-hour series, 3-ish hour series on my YouTube channel. I do care. I think you say some weird stuff, and you should talk to somebody about that. But yeah, another big part that I totally forgot about, which how would I even, is your family. Religious, farmers, conservatives, most likely. Yeah, so I don't know how to go about that. Because I didn't deal with that. I never came out to my mom. The only family member I've came out to that's older than me is, well, not older than me. That's like a relative and not like a cousin or a sibling, is my aunt. So she's also pretty conservative. So I would try and help. And if you do it and it doesn't go well, we got backup plans. And dog that barks. It's the neighbor's dog. They leave him out all the time. They're not great parents. And also, relating that to the friends thing, if they don't care about you after you've told them who you really are, how? They're supposed to love you unconditionally. They're supposed to be there for every moment. I'll never have that. I hope you do. I hope most people do, because you deserve to grow up with your parents being parents instead of narcissists. And hopefully eventually they'd understand. Same with your friends. Same with you. It's a huge step to acknowledge, hey, if you're not gay, it's a huge step to acknowledge, hey, the person that you have seen for the past several years has not been me. I have been masking to fit in because I'm scared of losing you. Or if you are gay or bi or something else, they should eventually find their footing in that. They should eventually learn to accept you as who you are, this wonderful just amalgamation of your life experiences, your memories, your favorite things, your coffee obsession. If these people care about you, they should know how to care about you. And they should know and learn how to eventually accept you. And if they don't, violence is always an answer. Not a very good one, but one. So, friends, family, yourself. It's a huge, from hiding yourself from yourself and then just coming out and being there, so present. It's a hard thing. It's a very, very hard thing to just B. So I thought I was straight for like my life, but now I'm pretty sure I'm gay. Or like 50% questioning. That's a hard thing. Or if you have thought that you've been something else this entire time and you've hid it, you've crumpled it up and just stashed it wherever you could, it's gonna come out eventually. It's better to get on top of things. I don't know. My dog's rooting for you. So is my therapist. She thinks that you could be a wonderful person. And so do I. Now, does that mean we'll ever be together? Maybe not. Which is sad in some respects. But as long as you live your life to the fullest extent that you possibly can, be the happiest you can be the amalgamation of everything, the world in one person, of this creation. Just, you have so much you could be. Now, why can't I take that advice? Well, I have chronic anxiety, so. But I'll try. I will try. To end this on a high note, thanks everybody for watching. I really hope, Levi, that you two did, because otherwise there's like 30 minutes of this that, well, it could help somebody. I want you to all know that, to me, you are all the enigmas of the world. You all have such... You can do anything. You could be a stay-at-home wife. You could be the next Albert Einstein. You could maybe have an element named after you. I doubt that, because elements are kind of done and over with, but maybe just maybe, you could get your name in the history books. You could win a Grammy. Could win a Golden Globe. You have so much to live for. And I think we all forget that. We can do anything if we really put our mind to it. But also, life is hard. Existing is hard. Being present is hard. Being yourself is hard. Unmasking, if you have to deal with ADHD or autism, is super hard. You got this. You are the enigmas. And you got this. And maybe that doesn't mean a lot coming from me, but I mean it from the bottom of my heart. I don't know most of you, that's not true, a chunk of you that watch me, or at least I don't know you fully. But I think if you watch me, if you listen to what I say, I think you got this. I think you understand what it is to be human. A mishmash of every fucking thing in the universe. An amalgamation of so much bad and so much good and neutral and you can do anything. And I mean it. You have got this. You are the Enigmas. I am Pending. Signing off. Have a good whatever.